I'm John Lawson. I'm one of our Wisconsin Reserve delegates. My primary role here at General Conference has been to network with folk that I know. I've been part of the life and work of 3 different annual conferences, so I've been able to talk to a wide variety of folk and try to get a feel for what's going on and share that with our delegation. I'll echo what a number of folk have said about the value of the Saturday day of prayer. How spiritual that was, and I think how that helped set a good tone for the conference. I found it particularly valuable, the presentation from parts of the church all over, from Africa to Asia to Europe to North America, talking about the particular facets of the church life in those parts of the world, something that we don't always think about or pay a lot of attention to, but we are a worldwide church. And that is something that my family has always valued and a tradition I'd like to see us carry forward. In terms of the work of the conference itself, I had kind of a vague sense of unease for a couple of days, and I finally put a handle on that. My brother-in-law is an architect, and he'll talk about the effect of physical space. Well, as we arrived at the conference center, the first thing we encountered was a long line of people waiting to have a metal detector wand swiped over them. And we got through that gauntlet. And then we came inside and we were directed to the proper place that we could go because there were places we could not. And then the reserve seating section was kind of high above the floor, and there was wide space between us and the area where the delegates sat, and the term I finally came up with was a fortress mentality. It felt like there were a lot of things and a lot of people who were walled off, and that was uncomfortable. I've got the United Methodist Church in my DNA, from being baptized on the floor of annual conference by Bishop Raines, to UMYF, to various conference positions and being a part of an annual conference session almost continuously for the last 25 years. I have a friend who's kind of drifted away from the church, and she said to me, "How do you do it?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean? Do you mean how do I stay involved in a church that I sometimes disagree with?" That was her question. Well, I have a couple of answers to that. I value the work of parts of the church like UMCOR, like Church and Society, like the Mercy and Justice ministries that we have in our health and welfare ministries. But my final answer was, this is home. And it's not easy to give up home. I won't be chased out of my home. And so the work continues, and we will try to move forward together as best we can.